Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of my homebrew journey. After yesterday's Weiss beer brew, I'm now going to do a rehash of my Brunch, which is just an American standard lager, which is like 1B on the old BJCP guidelines. But I can't do the full pot today, so this is sort of flexibility of brewing. If you have different brewing methods, you can sort of accommodate your life, and you don't have to spend all day slaving over a hot mash tun. So what I'm doing today is I've got my big pot, I've got a big filter bag in it, my old filter bag, and I'm going to do this American light lager, dead simple, boil in the bag, but I've got to go out in about an hour, so I'm going to look over it for sort of 45 minutes or so, make sure it's right, and then I'm just going to leave it, and I'll come back to it later on when I come back, because I'm going to go and watch a band in the local park with some friends, and I'll come back and I'll do the boil and I'll do all the addition and all the nonsense then. Now, in my quest to improve water quality and to get a water profile, I've gone to the homebrewforum.co.uk and put my details in, and I've put in the beer style this time for a lager, and apparently my water needs no additions at all for lager. Maybe some carbonate reducing solution, which I'll be getting this week because I need some more wheat malt, so I'll have to go online and buy myself. I'll get myself some carbonate reducing solution as well. So that's a bit odd. A tiny bit of chloride, but I'm not going to bother because it's so small. It wouldn't make me their difference. He says, trying to garble his words. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for the water's come to temperature, and then I've got a big bag of Euro pills. I'm thinking it's a Pilsner malt. That's what it said on the website anyway. And all it is, 2 kilos of this Pilsner malt to 15 litres of water, and then I'm going to stir it every 15 minutes or so until I have to go out, and then in the boil I'm going to put 10 grams of SARS at 60 minutes, and the bloke who liked this one, my magnificent friend who lives too far away to see him so as regularly as I'd like to, he says, oh, just a midge is stronger, so I'm going to do 5 grams of SARS at sort of 5 minutes in the boil, right at the end, and then we'll cool her down, get her into demijohns. Now in my last video I've really struggled to get clean wort into demijohns, and I'm not sure I'm going to do it again today, but you know, something to keep you interested. So let's just wait for water to get to temperature and get mashing in. Get doughing in. Do you want a beer as well, Kat? Is that what you want? Do you want a beer? No. And it's come down perfectly to 64, so I'm going to leave it like that for 15 minutes, and then I'm going to give it a stir and heat it back up again. I'm going to leave it, do that 3 times in the hour, and then I'm putting a lid on it. See you later, because I'm going out. Right, so here's the stats for this beer then. 2 kilos of Pilsner malt in 15 litres of water. Gives me an OG of 1042, pre-boil of 1034, which isn't very much. FG of 1007, which will be quite dry. 4.6% alcohol, 10 IBUs, and 3 SRM colours. Everything's ticked green. I'm just a bit iffy about that pre-boil because I'm going at 70% efficiency there. I suspect it won't be that, but we'll see what the efficiency is like. 70% is not too bad. And then, like I said before, I'm doing 10 grams of hops, SARS hops at 60 minutes, and then 5 grams at 5 minutes because I don't want much bitterness out of it, just a bit of flavour for, because he was saying I want more flavour. And then yeast wise, USO 5, simple as. I'm debating whether I'm going to do it in the boil kettle. I might just leave it all in the boil kettle, and then I think life's a bit easier that way with big things. I've got my pH meter coming this week, so I might do another small brew this week just so I can dial it in, you know. And I'll do something with that needs a bit of treatment as well. So I might do a pale ale or maybe a stout, which might need a little bit of water treatment. But you know, that's it now, just get on for the boil. Right, okay, so that's 60 minutes. All I'm going to do now, because I'm off out to meet some friends to watch some ska band in the park close by. So I'm going to leave that now until we get back. So that should be, the time now is 10 past 12, so I should be back for about 3:30, I think. And we'll see what it's like. At the minute, it's at 10:24. 10:25, which isn't brilliant, there's sort of loads of points off, but I'm going to leave it for a couple of hours and see what happens. It is actually still at 64 degrees, so the amount of water in there has kept it hot, not just warm. So the water's held its temperature pretty well in there. I've not had to put any heat in it at all. So see you in a couple of hours, and we'll get on with the boil. Yeah. Right, I'm back. I've had some blackberry wine, which was absolutely lethal, but the band was good. It was nice and sunny, and we're back to the beer, which was at 50 degrees when I got back. It's now 3.5 hours since I've been out. So let's have a check of the gravity. Woo! Blimey. Let's give it a mix up. Let's give it a bit of a mix. A bit of a stir up. And then we can take a better gravity reading. So let's give it a bit of a mix. Oh dear. Blackberry wine and sun and bands do not mix well with cymes at all. Holy jeepers. Ah, that's better. Okay. So I'm at 10:28, but you know, near enough. I don't mind. 10:28. I'll add maybe 14 in the boil, so that's 10:42. Not too bad. But let's get it drained. There's a bit of hole in my filter bag there. Let's get it drained for 10 minutes, and then we'll get it boiled and see how we go from there. Okay, we've had an hour of a boil and I'm only at 10:37, which is rubbish really. So that boil in the bag method for bigger batches doesn't really work brilliantly. So if I'm going to do another batch like that, and I don't quite mind the way of doing it, the process of doing it, I'm going to use less grain and probably sparge, I think, because the boil in the bag for the big thing there's too much water and not enough grain. So I've just got my last addition of hops have just gone in, so I've got like a couple of minutes left, and then you know all it is to get her cooled down, pitched with some USO5, and then she's not even going in under stairs in that there brewery, she's going under table behind camera there in that there brewery, and I'm off out to the pub again. Hey! So 2 or 3 minutes more and then we'll get her cooled down and say our goodbyes. Okay, that's been a very disappointing brew day. I should never have left to go out and enjoy myself with my friends because my beer's suffered for it. I'm at 10:37, which is rubbish, so I'm not going to treat it brilliantly well. I'm just going to leave it under the table there in the kitchen, and I'll see it in 10 days and do the usual bottling and all that sort of nonsense afterwards. So, bit of a disappointment that. But anyway, there's some beer, and in a disappointing way you can like and subscribe, and in a disappointing way you can comment as well. And if you're really disappointed, you can go on to Instagram to hashtag the Homebrew Journey and give us a follow on there. But for now that's it. We'll see you again soon. Plenty more coming up. I've got pH meters and more water chemistry stuff to be doing, so we'll put this away, we'll put it out of my mind. You watch it, it'll be the best beer I've ever done. And we'll see you soon, so I'll sign off and why don't you go out and be a little bit less disappointing? Right, so this is a bit of an add-on for me old Brunch 2 beer. We're a good 10 days later, and this is it out from under table. So I'm going to take my lid off. I'm going to take my Star Sand thingy doodah off, and that is what it. So it smells really vinegary. No, it's not too bad. Well, that's what it looks like. No, smells beery, so that's okay. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to siphon into a couple of demijohns, and then bung her upstairs in that brewery for another couple of days to clean up and get her bottled. Might even get her on video. So I've emptied out my my boil kettle there, and you can see I've got two reasonably good bits of 4 litres in each there, so that's 8 litres of Twinkles Brunch, which will get me 16 bottles, maybe 17 bottles. But I just wanted to show you what the unsealed fermentation does, because when you see sealed fermentations, the trub at the bottom tends to be quite fine, but when you do it with an unsealed fermentation, what you get is this sort of granular kind of thing going on with unsealed fermentations, and it means actually that you can get quite a lot more of the beer out, and you know, it makes quite a bit of a difference really. So it's going understairs now for a couple of days, and hopefully it'll clear up a bit. It'll clear up a bit more in the bottles. We'll have some nice booze by middle of August time. Yay!